Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating, highly polarizing, and frankly thought-provoking source text titled The Radical Threat of Self-Reliance. My goal here is to make these complex arguments crystal clear. So we're going to break down exactly how this text views personal health, biological optimization, and why those concepts supposedly puts you in a direct clash with society's major institutions. Buckle up, let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right off the bat, our source text forces us to confront a rather shocking question. Can taking care of your own health actually make you a threat? It's a deeply provocative idea, right? We're going to map out the exact logic the author uses to pit your personal, physical well-being against the established, structural systems of our modern world.
All right, let's move into our first phase. Section 1. The Threat of Self-Reliance.
So, according to the text, the baseline for everything is this concept termed self-empowerment. And notice, this isn't described as some passing trend or your average New Year's resolution diet. It is explicitly defined as a constant, relentless process of self-development. The ultimate goal here is to actively optimize human biology, both to prevent diseases from taking hold in the first place and to recover from them entirely independently. This continuous pursuit is basically the absolute anchor point for the author's entire worldview.
So the crucial question becomes, how do you actually achieve this incredibly high state of optimization? Well, the text outlines very specific methods. It starts intellectually, by actively equipping yourself with information and developing personal strategies. But then it rapidly moves way beyond just reading up on things. You have to build mental strength, physical strength, emotional strength, and even spiritual strength. It's essentially a demand for the total, relentless optimization of the entire human organism.
And seeing all that builds perfectly into the core of the author's argument. Here's the bold thesis. Self-empowerment is a direct threat to the system. Achieving that high level of biological self-reliance doesn't just make you healthy. The text argues it inherently puts you in direct, unavoidable opposition to the very way society operates.
Which brings us to Section 2, defining the system. Because we have to ask, who exactly is under threat here? Now, what's really interesting about this definition is how aggressively the author characterizes these overarching institutions. The system is described as well-established businesses running on the fear and the victimhood nature of the human beings. I mean, that is an incredibly stark view of society, isn't it? The author's entire premise is that the established institutional order fundamentally depends on people remaining passive and afraid, which is of course the perfect contrast to the fearless, optimized individual we were just talking about.
And that leads us right into Section 3, the healthcare establishment's reaction.
To really illustrate this clash, the source sets up a very specific, step-by-step hypothetical scenario. Step 1, you optimize and totally biohack your biology using all those holistic strategies. Step 2, you achieve a state where you are performing incredibly well, basically acting, as the author puts it, like an invincible athlete. And then Step 3, you take this undeniable physical success and present your natural biohacked results to a conventional doctor or scientist. This journey sets the stage for a definitive institutional showdown.
And this brilliantly illustrates the exact breaking point. On one side of the ring, we have the individual's methods, utilizing natural means, biohacking, and striving to perform like an absolute champion. But on the other side, we have the establishment's alleged response. The text claims that doctors will look at these highly successful methods and just immediately declare them unscientific, actively harmful, and fraught with dangerous side effects.
Let's actually drill down into what specifically gets rejected here. Think about your own daily habits. The source insists the medical system routinely dismisses them all. Healthcare professionals will allegedly reject natural strategies wholesale. We're talking your carefully chosen supplementation, your specific eating habits, your exercise routines, basically your overall lifestyle conduct. The argument is that the system categorically denies the validity of any self-directed health practices.
Ultimately, this text frames the modern pursuit of wellness as a literal battlefield, reducing all these complex health dynamics down to a binary conflict: the invincible human being versus the established system. And understanding this exact perspective really matters because it highlights a deep, growing tension in how different factions view personal health, bodily autonomy, and institutional authority in our world today.
As we wrap things up, let's leave off with one final provocative question drawn straight from the text's logic. If self-reliance truly is viewed by institutions as a threat, who really benefits from maintaining the status quo? It's definitely a fascinating lens through which to view the ongoing dialogue about health and personal agency.
Keep this framework in your back pocket the next time you see debates over natural wellness versus institutional medicine. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the information structures around you.